but I am also a very emotional person, and I was also very pregnant. I just didn't know it yet. Hi guys, welcome back. If you are new here, click the subscribe button. Also, if you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Kayla, and today I'm going to be doing a story time about how I found out I am pregnant with this little bean right here, and what my family's reactions were. So this little babe is our surprise little baby, and I am overjoyed. I am 33 weeks as of the time I'm filming this. I will be further along when you guys are watching this. I'm giving birth in July, and I just wanted to kind of sit down and talk to you guys about like the story time about how I really found out I was pregnant and like how I was feeling and all of the nitty gritty that everyone really wants to know. So I'm just gonna be chit-chatting with you guys. You guys can go get some coffee, a drink, whatever you would like, and sit down and have a little chat with me. I used to do these little chats and story times all the time, and I stopped within the last year or so, and I want to bring all of them back again. So that is what we are doing here today. So this is the story time about how I found out I'm pregnant and like all of the stuff that went on before actually getting pregnant. So if you are new here, I have two kids. One is almost 5, she'll be 5 in August, and one that just turned 2 in February. And I have 2 little kiddos. I am also a stay-at-home mom. So I am also married. However, I am very freaking pregnant and my ring does not fit anymore. So this little babe came to be as a very big surprise, and I'm going to get all into that. After I had my son, I got the IUD. I had had an IUD previously after I had my daughter, and I loved it. I got the Marina IUD, and I felt like something was just off, and so I decided to go into the gynecologist. I had been bleeding for literally 5 months straight. There was one time where I literally had a 60-day period, like full on bleeding for 60 days. And that was like, something is not right. I also have a uterine prolapse, which means that my cervix comes into the out now. And I saw my strings and they looked really long, so I was like, I want to go into the gynecologist to have them cut. And so I made that appointment. We had gotten all of that situated. I went in, they found out that it was falling out of me, so they put a new one in. And this one it wasn't falling out anymore. I also have a tilted uterus. So my uterus is tilted backwards. Yeah. And so when they put my new one in, they figured that out, and I believe that that's what was making my other one fall out. Who knows? I guess we'll really never truly know. But this one in particular, I have endometriosis, and so I thought the IUD would be the best way to go, because there are so many people that live by IUDs if they have endometriosis. And that was not the case with this one. It caused a lot of pain. I had endometriosis flare-ups literally like once a week at least. I would be cramping all day long, every single day for over a year. I had this particular IUD for exactly 1 year. So I got it put in September of 2020, and I got it taken out in October of 2021. And we were just gonna do condoms and natural family planning. I was like, I am tired of the hormones messing with my body. I was really just tired of it, and I knew that I wasn't going crazy. I knew it. And from about 1 week after I got it taken out, I felt like myself again. Myself that I had not seen in 5 years, because I've gone through pregnancies, breastfeeding, TTC. I've gone through birth control for over 5 years at that point, and I couldn't fathom having any more hormones in my body. And of course, I obviously got pregnant, but we had decided that we were just going to do condoms and natural family planning. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially the fertility awareness method where you're just aware of your fertility and you avoid those times. Not great with that. I also will not be on birth control after this baby. My husband's getting the snip, so we're good there. So yeah, I got it taken out in October of 2021 and thought we were perfectly good. I had my ovulation test. I had tried to conceive my son for a year, so I knew how my body reacted to ovulation, and I knew like all of the things, okay? And I was tracking all of those things, and I still got pregnant. It was about the time that I was supposed to be ovulating. I am very much a on the dot for day 14, 15 ovulator. I just always have been. And obviously after having a baby, that kind of changed a little bit, especially after getting the IUD out and everything like that. My body was still regulating. And so yes, I did try to conceive my son for an entire year before we conceived him, and so I struggled with infertility. I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions about me saying that word, but that's literally the definition. So anyway, I had been taking ovulation tests, tracking everything, and nothing was looking like I was ovulating. And I'm like, it just might be a few more days, it might be a week, I don't know. My tests were so negative. So negative. Cycle day 13, and supposed to be ovulating tomorrow. That's 100% not a positive. So it'll probably be like another week, if even that. It was usually like about a week before my ovulation negative. And me and my husband decided one morning we were too tired to put the condom on, and I was like, I'm not ovulating right now, so it's okay. But also, like, one time can't hurt, right? Since we went through an entire year of this, like, one time won't do it for us. That was wrong. Did the deed. 4.5. So we did the deed in the morning, and then on the night of Halloween, I ovulated. So I ovulated about 11 o'clock at night, and that went on until like 1 o'clock. I have cramping when I have ovulation, so I am very aware of when I am ovulating. It is actually more painful than my periods are, which really sucks. So there's that. So yeah, I was just stunned. I was like, oh, okay, 4.5 days. I mean, sperm lives 5 days. I still think we're good, but who knows? And so a few days later, my daughter comes up to me and she says, I want a baby. I'm like, you want mommy and daddy to have a baby? Like, what? And she goes, yeah, mommy and daddy have a baby. We're not gonna have another baby.
Yes!
Why?
Because.
We're not gonna have another baby.
No, yes.
You want another baby in the house? Do you want a brother or sister?
Sister.
What should we name her?
I don't know.
So you want another sister? What if we don't have another baby? Will you be sad? I was like, well, mommy and daddy are done having babies. And she was so sad by the fact that we weren't having another baby. The entire year previously, she has come up to me multiple times and said, like, I want a baby sister, specifically a sister. She has a brother already. But she has specifically told me that she's wanted a sister. And so the entire year before we got pregnant, she's been telling me, I want a sister, I want a sister. I'm like, sorry, girl, it's not gonna freaking happen. And then I got pregnant with this baby. And when she told me that, like, mommy has a baby in her belly, and I'm like, wait a second, what? Like, I do not. I definitely don't. And then I think it was about 7 days later, after she had gotten really upset about us not having another baby. So this was 6 days after. It was my birthday. I turned 24. I'm 24. I know I don't look it. But yeah, it was my birthday, and I was like, it would be really cool if I found out I was pregnant on my birthday. So I had little cheap little strip tests from Amazon, which I used during my entire TTC with my son. Love strip tests so much. I will never get anything else besides strip tests. So I had a strip test. I took it that morning, and it came back negative. And I actually cried. I think the entire week. This has actually happened before. This happened with my daughter as well, which is why we started trying to conceive. And I think like the entire 2-week wait passed, and I kind of started to get used to the idea of having another baby. I have wanted another baby. My husband did not. And so I've been having conversations with him multiple times over the past couple years, like, I really want another baby. Are you sure you're done? Kind of thing. Like, and he was adamant he was done. And so I was like, okay, we're done. And I became okay with the fact of not having another baby. And then I think something happened in my brain when I got the IUD out. And it's just like this womanly, maternal thing that was like, oh, you're getting an IUD out, pregnancy. And so I started having baby fever again. And me and my husband had multiple conversations over that entire month. And we were still like, maybe in like a year, but I'm still not really. So, I got really, really sad when I saw that negative test, and I didn't expect to feel sad at all. I didn't expect to feel sad. I cried, but I am also a very emotional person, and I was also very pregnant. I just didn't know it yet. So I get up the courage to say, okay, we're done. We're closing that door. This was my birthday, and I remember telling myself, we're done. Let's close the door. Let's close the chapter. I was 90 PO on this day. So yeah. And then I wasn't going to take another test for 2 more days. So this would have been the 11th of November. I don't think I ever said that. On the 9th of November, I took a test. Negative. I was going to take a test 2 days later just to make sure, because obviously it was still early. And I got up the morning of the 10th. I think it was like 5 a.m. honestly. It was like 5 or 6 a.m. I had to pee, and I'm just like, I can't hold this for another couple hours. So I decided to go into the bathroom and take another test. I'm like, it can't hurt. I have literally 100 tests that I can take. So I went into the bathroom. Everyone was still asleep. My kids were still asleep. My husband was still asleep. He had no idea I was even going to take a test again. I didn't even know I was going to take a test again. So I sit down. I wasn't even going to film it, which is the craziest thing. I literally wasn't going to film it. The baby is all the way up here. Oh my gosh. That's the baby's butt right now. I wasn't even going to film it, which is the craziest thing. And I decided, whatever, I'm going to just put this jacket on really quick. I sleep in the nude. And I'm going to put this jacket on really quick and I'll film it. It's probably going to be negative. And I remember taking the test and just being really, really nervous. I was 10 DPO. With my son, I got my first positive at 11 DPO, which is why I wasn't going to take a test until 11 DPO. But I decided to just take a test that morning. I was very, very, very nervous about it all. I was like shaking and I filmed it all. If you guys want to go see that video, I will have it up. It is the very first thing that you will see on my channel. So yeah, so I took a test, and while it was processing, I was just like, is this going to be it? Is this not going to be it? Like, there is a very slim possibility that I'm pregnant, but I don't know. And something in me was just telling me to take a test that day. So I remember having my timer go off and pulling up the test to my face, and at first I saw nothing, and then I was like, wait a second, I kind of seen like a shadow, like it looked like a shadow, and then I saw it, and it was so faint, to the point where I couldn't even take a picture of it on my phone and have it be like, yeah, that's pregnant. I had to put it into my little app and put like the negative on it. And that is how I found out I was pregnant. I was in shock. I was in shock. I didn't have any more pee, so I couldn't take any more tests with that urine. So I had to wait until my husband got up and then he left for work. So that was about 2 to 3 hours later. So I took another test and it was darker. I was sitting on the toilet and watching it like process, and I just like looked over and there was clear as daylight, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is this baby viable? I didn't believe that my eyes were seeing it right. I didn't believe that it was real, and if it was real, like, I just thought I was gonna lose the baby. And I just didn't believe that it was real. I didn't think that it was real. So I had taken so many tests that day. I had tested multiple times that entire day, and actually they got a lot darker, which is just so crazy to me. And once I saw the very first positive, I was excited. I was excited. I was happy. I was in shock. I felt all of the feelings that you would feel finding out you're pregnant with a surprise baby. I had obviously wanted a baby, but never thought that it was even gonna ever happen. We had to actively be trying for us to have my son. So I didn't think that us not trying and then 4.5 days after the deed we would ovulate, and then that would be the time. But this baby is an actual fighter, and this baby wanted to be here. And I'm so happy that this baby is here. Almost here. I'm sitting in the baby's nursery right now, which is just so crazy to me. So that entire day, I just kept taking tests. I was so nervous and I was so excited and I was so surprised. It didn't sink in. Like, it didn't sink in until we saw the baby on the ultrasound, really. And that's when it like fully sunk in for me that, oh, we have a baby. I don't know why it was such a hard thing for my brain to wrap around. Probably because we weren't trying, probably because like I never thought that this would happen. And so, yeah, it was just such a surreal moment in my life that I will never, ever forget. So that night I had gotten everything ready to tell my husband the next day. I was very, very nervous to tell him. Actually, the night that I found out I was pregnant, I was watching a live birth on Instagram, and he was like sitting there right next to me while I was watching it. And I was like, are you sure that you don't want another baby? Because the baby comes out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, baby fever. But like, I already know that I'm pregnant. He doesn't know that I'm pregnant. And so I said to him, like, are you sure you don't want another baby? And he goes, yeah, I'm sure. Like, it was plain as day he was sure. And I was like, well. So I had to keep my mouth shut in that entire night. And the next day I decided to tell him with a little letterboard and the pregnancy test. That video is up. I had to repost it because there was something in there that could not be in there. I told my husband, and his reaction was like, are you kidding me? Like, really? And I said, like, I'm not kidding you. Like, this is for real. God had other plans other than us not having a baby. This baby was 100% God's plan. Like, there's no way that all of these things happened and it wasn't just God saying, here you go. Here's this little baby. And we are so, so thrilled to meet this baby in like 4 freaking weeks. We could possibly meet this baby. So unbelievably crazy that it's that close. So then it was time to tell our parents. I had actually told a couple of my friends that I was close with, and I was like, I just want you to know, like, I am pregnant. And they were all shocked as well. I was like, I know, I don't know how it happened. I mean, I know how it happened, but like, it's still just so crazy to me, even 9 months later, how it all came to be. But then it came time to tell our parents. Told my mom on Thanksgiving with like a little bottle of wine. And I was like, drink this for me because I can't have it. I will join you next year. And that's how I told her. And that was before our ultrasound. I knew that she would want me to drink on Thanksgiving, and I knew that I couldn't drink on Thanksgiving. Also, that day I started to have a little bit of morning sickness, so that was fun. My Thanksgiving did not go to plan. I have not had a good Thanksgiving in years, honestly, so there's that. But yeah. So then it came time to tell his parents, and we told his mom with like a little ornament for Christmas. And then we told his dad after we got the ultrasound and everything. We just told them over FaceTime because we had insane winds. And the day that we were going to tell them, and we knew that we wanted to announce the 14th or 15th of December. I really wanted to announce the 14th, but we decided to wait to announce on the 15th because we didn't have any announcement pictures done. So that is kind of the entire story of how this baby came to be. I am so excited to meet this baby. I've received a lot of hate, and it's not criticism, it's full-on hate for this pregnancy, and I think it was undeserving for sure. This baby, the moment you find out you're having a baby and the moment you find out you're pregnant, your heart changes, your heart expands. And I knew already that I love this baby. And so to see all of the hate pointed toward my baby and my pregnancy was really, really hard for me. And so that's why I've been kind of off and on YouTube and just social media in general. It's been really, really challenging, this pregnancy, to kind of go through all of these obstacles to, you know, have an unplanned pregnancy. I also want to put this out here that unplanned does not mean unwanted. This baby is so wanted, and I'm just so excited to meet this baby. So anyway, I will talk to you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye guys.
I had a feeling you'd come back and save me from all those lonely